Now, right now, Louisville Metro Police are investigating 3 separate shootings within hours of one another on Sunday. One of those shootings happened around 4th Street Live. Police responded early afternoon when they were called to 4th Street near Liberty in downtown Louisville. That's where they found 38-year-old Chad Smith Sr.'s body. Police have no suspects in his case. About 45 minutes later, police were called to South 49th Street in the Shawnee neighborhood, but did not find any victims. Eventually, 2 people showed up at the hospital with bullet wounds. Police determined they were the original shooting victims from the scene on 39th. Both are expected to survive. And then just after about 6:45, police were called to another shooting on West Market Street, also in the Shawnee neighborhood. They found a man with bullet wounds who was taken to the hospital. If you have information that could help police in any one of these cases, please call that anonymous tip line at 574 LMPD. Well, this morning, police are trying to figure out the identity of a body found in a wooded area near the Ohio shoreline. Officers say a witness saw the body near the Louisville and Indiana Railroad Bridge. Right now, LMPD's homicide unit is investigating. A judge just increased the bond for the man accused of murdering a woman in a CVS parking lot. Officers arrested Maurice Byers on Friday. He was accused of shooting Amanda Miller at the CVS on Broadway last May. Court documents say he was with someone who had a protective order against him at the time of his arrest. During Byers' arraignment Saturday, prosecutors asked the judge to increase his bond, which was raised to $175,000. He's expected in court next Monday. That's January 29th. A Louisville family is saying goodbye to their Valley Station home of 70 years after a devastating fire. Our Connor Steffen and photojournalist Aspen Hester share the family's story.
In Valley Station, through the icy cold air sits a blistering hot reminder.
Hopefully we'll have a place to stay soon.
The remnants of what once stood for 70+ years. Family says it's all the 3 Snotter siblings have ever known.
They never left this land. Never.
Still ripe with the smell of billowing smoke, this is what their house looked like Tuesday.
We barely made it up because of the smoke and the heat and the fire.
Garney Snyder describes the moment he and his brother, both in their 70s, helped their younger sister escape.
And then the fire started on the couch, and then I started hollering for them to get out as fast as they could because I knew we were in danger.
When the fire started, they was barefooted. No shoes on their feet, no jacket.
Their great-niece Christina says the fire started because of an electrical wiring mishap. Inside the house, the floor has become a burnt time capsule of sorts, a window into the memory this family still holds. You still see album covers, records. The family says this is all they have left. Christina says her great-uncles and aunt don't have insurance, making rebuilding on their family land close to impossible without community support.
Yeah, I want to keep this land and try to find some place to live on. I don't know what it's going to be yet.
Because they always thought they was going to die on this land, and that's what they want.
She's pleading for neighbors to help however they can.
Anything, they need any and everything, windows, electrical, whatever. You know, I just want them to have their home back, you know.
Connor Steffen, WHAS11 on your side.
If you'd like to help the Snotter family, we do have a link to this story on WHAS11.com. Crews are working to repair a water main break in Louisville's Highlands Park neighborhood near the fairgrounds. That water main burst on Phillips Lane between Clinton Drive and Seneca Avenue around 4 a.m. It's unclear when that water main will be repaired. Kentucky Secretary of State Michael Adams is pushing back against his own party's effort to eliminate early voting in the Commonwealth. Kentucky's current law allows residents to vote at the polls several days before the election. However, a bill filed in the Senate is looking to end those early voting days. Friday, Adams defended no excuse in-person early voting and warned lawmakers how taking it away would affect voter turnout.
It would be catastrophic going into a presidential election with very high turnout anticipated to take away 3 of our 4 voting days. It will be challenge enough to shoehorn an expected 2 million voters into 4 days. I don't know how we would fit this many voters into just one day without major problems.
Now, Republican Senator John Schickel, the bill's lead sponsor, has been promoting this bill on the Senate floor as it waits for a hearing in committees.
So those who say that we should worship at the altar of convenience and casualness. I say voting is a privilege, and it's an awesome responsibility that should never be taken as an afterthought.
Right now, that measure has drawn support from at least 6 Republicans who are co-sponsoring the bill. Meanwhile, a new Kentucky bill filed last week could force school employees to tell parents if a child wishes to use pronouns not aligning with their biological sex. House Bill 304 is similar to legislation passed last session targeting transgender students in the Commonwealth. The bill would also allow teachers to ignore a student's preferred pronoun and forbids policies forcing teachers to use students' preferred pronouns. A Southern Indiana fire department welcomed a newborn surrendered at its Safe Haven baby box last week, marking the first for Georgetown Township Fire Department. Fire officials say they received notification of a baby box activation last week and quickly found a newborn inside that box. It was installed at the fire department back in December of 2022. This is the first surrender of the year and the 39th baby to be safely surrendered in a Safe Haven baby box since it started in 2017. Funeral arrangements are set for former Louisville Urban League CEO Ben Richmond. He served as president and CEO from 1987 until 2015. Richmond's visitation is Friday from 4 to 7 at St. Stephen Baptist Church. His memorial service is Saturday from 11 to 1. Following that service, Richmond will be laid to rest at Cave Hill Cemetery. His family is asking in lieu of flowers for donations to be made to the Benjamin K. Richmond Legacy Endowment.